yeah, I think it's important for Troy Weaver to hit on this draft. Obviously, you're at a pivotal point in the franchise where you have 3 guys that you look to as building blocks. And that is Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, and Jalen Duren, of course. You want to add a complementary piece to that. Now that you have this new head coach who's gotten the biggest deal in the history of NBA coaching, you want to start this rebuild. You want to start these guys winning because they're going to get sick. If you go out there and you put out another 20-win season, like, they're going to start getting pissed. They're going to be like, all right, fuck this. We're not going anywhere. You need to get somebody here who can affect winning, who can be a part of this team. I don't want you to draft somebody here just to trade him in 2 years to get a former number 2 overall pick that didn't work out where he was. Like, that has been Troy Weaver's game plan, and I can't be mad at it because of how much he had to tear down to rebuild. But now you have the building blocks. You have the pieces. So it gets more and more important now with these draft picks because as we're expecting them to get lower and lower in the NBA draft, you need to make sure you hit on where you are and get talent out of what you have.
Jeff?
And I agree with what Spencer said. I think you can compare it to Joe, because with Joe Dumars, ultimately, no matter what you say about him and the moves he made, he brought an NBA championship to Detroit. So with Troy Weaver, a lot of it is based on winning, although I can defend him. I can argue Cade, even though people would say that's a layup. I mean, you could argue if he botched it, it'd be worse. So he got it right. I think people deserve to get credit when they get things right. I've always said that for GM. So Troy so far, say what you want about Killian Hayes. He ended up with Cade, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren. And you flip Sadiq Bey for a former number 2 overall pick. Isaiah Stewart, to me, can be a great role player off your bench. Like, what he's done from day one with what he had to work with till now, he's done a tremendous job, but ultimately it will be judged on wins and losses. I mean, this team with Monty, I'm confident they'll start taking the move in the right direction. But a lot of it's based on Cade and Jaden Ivey and these guys. If they continue to develop, Troy's going to have a job. He'll be fine. The whole hot seat thing, I think it's kind of just people talking about 2020 and that draft and then maybe the win totals, but a lot of that has context. Like, Troy's job is to get trades right. Context. He's nailed trades. The other part is finding young talent. I think he's done a good job of doing that. Say what you want. So he's done a great job so far, but yeah, wins are the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. I was like, people just tripping. There's a lot of context with that. Like, putting him in the hot seat. The year following, like, his number 1 overall pick, his best player on the team, like, being hurt out for this season, was fucking wild to me. It irritated me when we were discussing the other day too. But I don't think he deserved to be on any hot seat. Now, can you say that this is a big draft for him? 100%. I'm in the camp and belief of if whether it's Cam Whitmore and or Swart Thompson, like, I don't think we have to be nervous on lottery night anymore following this draft. I think Cade can make that big of an impact returning back to his team. That's why I think, like, all those conversations being had was just, like, premature. It made zero sense. Now, can he get it wrong and we be pissed at that point? Yes, but I really truly don't believe that's going to happen, especially with Cade Cunningham, a healthy Cade Cunningham on this team for this season. Chris, you were the ones putting him on the hot seat.
I wasn't putting him on the hot seat. I was saying
he
that
wrote the letter
I was saying that,
after you.
Yes, I was saying that if this offseason doesn't go good, then he starts to get on the hot seat. Then the seat starts to warm up. And so far, look, he's nailed it. He got a former coach of the year. He got he has all this cap space to use, and he's been making a lot of calls, making the right moves. And I think all the reports that have been linked to the Pistons so far have been positive, in my opinion. So all I was saying was that this was a big off season because you're coming off of a disappointing season, and yes, there's context to it, but it is disappointing. And then at the end of the day, you have an owner who is clearly shown impatience and frustration and wanting to win. So you had to nail the coaching hire. You have to nail the draft pick, and you have to nail free agency / trades in the offseason. And so far, Troy has done nothing but deliver. But you're only a third of the way through. You got the coach. Now let's see what you do with the draft. Let's see what you do with free agency / trading in the summer. So all of that sets up for what will be a big summer for Troy. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not putting him on the hot seat. Just saying that it gets warm if things don't go right this offseason.